In today's episode, we will be reviewing some of Thailand's most famous dishes. But before we start, why don't we learn some things about Thailand first? Thailand, officially the Kingdom of Thailand, is a country in Southeast Asia. It is composed of 76 provinces. It has a population of over 66 million people and its language is Thai. Thailand is the world's 50th largest country by land area and the 22nd most populous country in the world. The capital and largest city is Bangkok. One fun fact about this city is that its name is one of the longest names of a place in the world. I'm not even gonna try to say that name, I'm just gonna leave the name right here on screen for you to see how long it is. Another fun fact about Thailand is that showing respect for someone else's head is imperative. The head is considered to be the most important part of the body, and so Thai culture forbids to touch anyone on the head, even children. Should you meet someone who is older or more important than you, it is best to lower your head in order to show proper respect. Thailand is known for some very famous dishes, martial arts and temples. There are about 35,000 temples in Thailand. Visiting them requires modest clothing, which means no shorts and no sleeveless shirts. Thailand has also many islands that are well known to have numerous resorts for tourists. Now, if you've eaten Thai food, you will know it's a rewarding experience. And now, enjoy today's episode. We'll start today's episode preparing a really famous appetizer in Thailand, which is fried bananas. For the main dish, Chef Fernanda is gonna prepare pad thai. And for dessert, Chef Martin is gonna show us how to prepare mango with sweet rice. Let's start! For today's recipe, we'll need 3 bananas, 1/3 of a cup of regular flour, 1/3 of a cup of rice flour, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, a cup of coconut milk, 1/4 of a cup of grated coconut, vegetable oil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, and a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. In a frying pan, we add a good amount of vegetable oil to heat with medium heat. While we wait, in a bowl we add the sugar, the coconut milk, yeast, salt, and stir it well. We then incorporate rice flour and regular flour and continue to stir. Finally, we add the grated coconut, sesame seeds, and mix everything well until we have a more or less homogeneous mixture. After that, we just have to peel the bananas and cut them in half, just like this. You can also cut them into smaller pieces, as you wish. Once cut, we just have to put them inside the bowl with our mix and soak them well. We check that the oil is hot enough and fry our bananas until they are well golden on both sides. While that's in the making, why don't we learn some Thai, shall we? Banana is kluai. Coconut milk is nam kati. And fried is dot. When they're ready, we just have to take them out and place them on a paper towel and they're ready to go. And now that it's ready, enjoy!
Well, hello! Thank you very much, Chef Renata. Now I am going to teach you how to make a very tasty and delicious pad thai. This amazing pad thai recipe, it's easy and approachable and can be made in under 30 minutes. It starts with fresh ingredients including rice noodles, chicken, cilantro, peanuts and scrambled eggs toast in a delicious homemade pad thai sauce that is so good it tastes like it came from your favorite Thai restaurant. But first, what is pad thai? Pad thai is a stir-fried dish made with rice noodles, shrimp, chicken or tofu, peanuts, a scrambled egg and bean and sprouts. The ingredients are sautéed together in a wok and toast in a delicious pad thai sauce. It's common street food in Thailand and one of the most popular menus items at Thai restaurants around the world. This incredible dish was invented during Black Pebul Songram government between 1938 and 1944. He was a very important dictator in Thailand's history. As I was saying, Thailand didn't have a national dish, so he decided that the country needed one which could like different tastes from different places. This coincided with the shortage of rice that the Second World War caused. Rice, for the ones who don't know, is the principal food source for the Thais, so they had to appeal to rice noodles. After some few arrangements, they finally got what we now know as the famous pad thai. Now I will proceed to show you a very good recipe of pad thai so you can learn more about the incredible gastronomy that Thailand offers us. Okay, so the total time that we're going to need for our recipe today is between 30 minutes and 40 minutes. And pad thai is not as healthy as we think. It normally has between 300 and 600 calories. And the recipe that we are going to make today has 596 calories. We will need two types of ingredients, the ones for the main dish and the ones for the pad thai sauce. For the first one we will need 8 ounces flat rice noodles, 3 tablespoons of oil, 3 cloves garlic, 8 ounces uncooked chicken, 2 eggs, fresh bean sprouts, 1 red bell pepper cut in thin slices, 3 green onions, a half cup dry roasted peanuts, and a half cup of fresh cilantro. And for the sauce we will need 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, 5 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of tamarind paste, 1 tablespoon of sriracha hot sauce or more, if you like, and 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter, and that is optional. First, cook the rice noodles according to the packaging instructions, just until tender. After that, we will make the sauce. You just have to mix the ingredients all together and then set aside. Heat 1.5 tablespoons of oil and add the garlic in a large saucepan or wok over medium-high heat. Add the chicken and the bell pepper. Using chicken for our recipe, we have to cook until it's just cooked through, about 3 or 4 minutes, flipping it only once. Push everything to the side of the wok. Add a little more oil and add the beaten eggs. Scramble the eggs, breaking them into small pieces with a spatula as they cook. Now, add the noodles and the bean sprouts to the wok. After that, you can add the green onions, the sauce, and cilantro. You can also add some peanuts, but you have to remember to reserve some peanuts for the topping at the end. Top with some more green onions, extra peanuts, and more cilantro. And now we have our pad thai ready to serve. Enjoy!
Hi, I'm Martina, and today I'm going to teach you how to prepare the famous Thai dessert, sticky rice with mango. But first of all, I wanted to thank Fernanda for her incredible dish that looked and I'm sure tasted amazing. So, first of all, we're going to gather all of our ingredients, which I have here laying on the table. This dish is for one person, but of course, if you want to make it for more people, you're going to need to multiply the ratios by the number of people you're making the dish for. So, we're going to start off with half a mango. Of course, we need this mango to be as ripe as possible. Then we're going to need 1/4 of a cup of rice. And this rice, of course, we need to prepare it with water, which we're going to need 2/4 of a cup of water. So next we have sugar. In here we have 2 tablespoons, but of course you can add more if you want to. It depends on how sweet you want it. And last but not least, we have our coconut milk. In here I have half a can, but of course if you're going to prepare it for more people, you're going to use like the whole can of coconut milk. So the first step of our recipe is to wash the rice. I washed it 4 to 5 times, but you need to wash it until the water comes crystal clear. So now we need to put our rice in the water and let it sit for about 30 minutes. So now that we waited 30 minutes and we let our rice sit in the water, we're going to take it to the stove and bring it to a boil. Once the water has all evaporated, we're going to put the heat to low and cover it with a lid. While our rice is cooking, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of this dessert. So, in Thailand, rice usually appears on the table at every meal. Among all of the varieties of rice that there is, the most famous one is the sticky rice, which in Thailand is called khao niao. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what they call it. This dessert is usually eaten in the peak mango season, which is usually around the summer months of April and May in Thailand. Although it originated in Thailand, it is consumed actually all throughout the southeast region of Asia. The Thais consider a meal incomplete unless there's rice on the table. So, once our rice is cooked, we're going to pass on to the sauce. What we're going to need to do for the sauce is put the sugar in the coconut milk, and we're going to bring this to the stove until the sugar melts. So now we have our sauce and our rice ready. So what we're gonna do now is actually save up a little bit of the sauce to put that on top later. But for now, we're going to put almost all of the sauce into our rice when both of the things are still hot. What we're gonna do now is mix our rice with our sauce until they are completely incorporated, and then we're going to let it sit for probably 10 to 15 minutes. Now that we've set our rice and sauce to the side, we're going to carefully cut our mangoes. So we're going to be really careful to go around the pit. So now we're going to cut up our mango in strips. Now that we have everything ready, all we got to do now is put everything in a plate. So we're going to start off with our mango and just scoop it out and put it in the plate. After we put our mango in our plate, we're going to follow up with our rice. And we're going to put our rice right next to the mango. Now we're almost done, and all that there's left to do is put the rest of our sauce on top of our plate. So this is optional, but I added a little bit of cornstarch so that the sauce would thicken up a little bit. So now we're going to put the rest of our sauce on top and just drizzle it on top. We're all done now. This is how our plate looks like. It looks pretty good to me. I've tried it before and it's really so good, so I highly recommend you to try it at home. In conclusion, and to end today's episode, I wanted to say that Thai cuisine has a very unique flavor due to the spices and spiciness that the food provides. Their weather allows them to have a variety of fruits and vegetables all year round that make the dishes taste great. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and we hope that you tune in next week for our next episode.